Hang on. No, I want this on top so that I can...
How do I sound?
Good enough, as usual.
Thanks.
Alright, we're up. Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Dark Souls. Finally!
Prepare to Die edition.
I have been waiting to do this game for a long time, and now I'm actually able to run it at full frames a second. Yes! Alright. So, you name the character.
Penis Lord the 7th.
No! An actual name. That's actually the name of an NPC, by the way. Paladin Leroy.
Leroy, name yourself Chance.
Okay. And I think I'm going to do a... What's the best for dex strength? 11, 11, 10, 14, 9, 15, 14, 9. I'm going to do a dexterity strength run. For those of you who are unaware, Dark Souls is a famous for difficulty action RPG. No, it's famous for difficulty as well as it's really good lore.
Yeah.
Alright, I am choosing the Master Key, which allows us to open most locks without getting the key anyway.
Which is very helpful.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the cutscene roll.
Should we be silent?
Mm-hmm. I don't get why he couldn't just drop the key.
Maybe he had to dispose of that body. And it's just like, hey, might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Maybe. But yes, so the first area here is the Undead Asylum, the tutorial area. The controls are explained on messages on the ground, but basically right stick camera, left stick move, B to roll, or hold B while moving to run. And I'll get into the combat controls when we actually get to the combat.
So when would be a good time to explain why I couldn't be on, like, right at 8?
Also, these are bonfires. Bonfires are essentially your respawn point. I just lit that one to show it off because I actually don't need it since I know what to do. Now, you go in here, and then we just kind of wait around here. Oh, hey, there's a door. Oh, God, there's a giant demon. But you have a broken weapon, so you have to run. Anyway.
Well, you can try to kill it.
People have killed it with the broken straight sword.
Yeah.
But you still need to go around. Over here, we'll pick up a shield. You can press start to go to your menus. Left bumper and right bumper, or R1 and R2 to move to the different menus. You hold L1 to hold up, or right bumper to hold up your shield, and you can still run while holding it. Up here, you'll pick up your weapon. The equipment you start with is completely dependent on your. What am I doing? Is completely dependent on your class. I'll go into the weapon stats later when we're actually trying to select a weapon. R1 to attack light with a light attack, R2 to attack with a strong attack. If you use a light attack behind an enemy, if you're at the right angle, you will get a backstab critical hit. There are two kinds of critical hits, but yeah. Go ahead and tell. I always miss the timing on that. Thankfully, it doesn't deal that much damage. Anyway, go on. Go on.
So, as I was saying, I was playing Minecraft with Cheyenne, and I was trying to teach her how to do Minecraft. And, we're in the nether, and I just jumped, like, there's 1 inch gap between two of the towers, and I just jump. And, you know, it's a basic jump. She doesn't make it. And she's still alive. So now I had to jump down there. I'm level 20, so I don't want to get rid of that shit. So I'm trying to find a way to get us out, so I'm just like, oh, I'll get some soul sand. And then Sean comes on, and he's like, don't worry guys, I'll come and save you. So then he comes to the nether. And it's just like, oh shit, now they're all in the nether, and I'm gonna have to save them all. So then, and then I had to like find a way to get them all back home, and that's why I couldn't get right on at 8.
Anyway, so this is the guy who helped us, and I guess he fell in that hole. Hollows refer to the general enemies, undead who have gone insane. You're already dead.
Maybe you are insane.
Referring to Lordran. This is your basic healing item.
You can kill him, right?
You can, but he dies on his own. Like, you can hear the sound of him dying. and you get 100 souls from his death. Souls serve as experience and currency, which I'll go into later. Also, if you use R2 or the left trigger at the right time, like I didn't there... Okay. How am I failing this bad? How am I doing this badly? I think it's because I normally don't bother parrying these hollows.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hell, I just learned how to parry.
And then if you parry their attack successfully and then use a light attack right after, you get a parry, which is a more powerful critical hit than a backstab. You want to master parrying for later in the game, trust me. Especially if you're going into PvP. Now, since we're a hunter, we get the short bow and some arrows there. If you're a caster, you'll get your catalyst and first... No, wait, no, you start with your spell. You'll get your first catalyst, be it a talisman or a, well, catalyst for sorcerers. Alright, and then this is necessary for a lot of bosses. You see where above him? Drop down and press the attack button. It's called a plunging attack. You can do it on common enemies as well. Now, rolling actually does give you invincibility frames, no matter what the attack is. So if you roll at the right time, nothing can hurt you. The tricky thing is the timing. Anyway.
Just in general, if you stay close to the monster's crotch, chances are you'll be able to not get any damage done.
Yeah, that's true for a lot of bosses, but not all of them. Also, something to note about parrying. If you miss a parry, but the enemy hits you while you're still in the animation, it still reduces your damage taken. So it's worth it to try, usually, anyway. And for defeating the boss, we get 2,000 souls and a humanity. Humanity is what enables online play and or certain stat boosts. Basically, there's a lot to explain about this game. But cutscene. Yes, bonfires not only serve as checkpoints. Okay, message. When you rest at it, you're restored to 5, 10, 15, or 20 Estus flasks, depending on how many times you've kindled the bonfire. This bonfire has been kindled once already. Essentially, to kindle a bonfire, you use a humanity to pay for reversing hollowing, which enables online play, and then you use another humanity to pay to kindle it to boost how many Estus flasks you can get by 5. Until about halfway through the game, you can only go up to 10. Also, you use your souls to gain levels. As I said, this is a strength dex build, so I'm going to be putting these up to 40 equally, with some points of endurance and vitality scattered here and there. There are a few NPCs we can talk to here. First up, the Crestfallen Knight. You're breathing pretty heavily into your microphone.
How about now?
Nope.
Good. Because I stopped breathing.
Yeah, everyone basically ends off their dialogue with a creepy laugh. And next up, Petrus, the cleric. And let's keep talking to him. And we get a copper coin, which is worthless for now. Miracles are essentially your white magic. This covenant is basically, hey, you can get miracles. It's not very important. You can actually abandon the covenant and still trade with him.
Oh, good.
He's referring to your faith stat, of course. And you can learn gestures from most NPCs. And you can purchase items and miracles with souls. Heal is almost a necessity. Because it gives you an extra 5 heals. You can also purchase these talismans, but if we go up here, Silver, you might want to pay attention to this.
I've already done this, Ken.
Oh.
Yeah, I explored the fuck out of this area.
Yeah, usually there's a message there saying here. If we go down here, there's a bunch of treasure. Cracked red eye orbs, these are for PvP online. I'm probably not going to be using these. A morning star and a talisman, which are actually what he has equipped to his right hand. The morning star is, let me go to my weapons. It's a pure strength weapon with a chance of inflicting bleed with a bleed effect.
Jeez.
And talismans let you cast white magic. And here we have some Lloyd's talismans. Oh, no, that's the next one. Homeward Bones, which basically teleport you back to the last bonfire you rested at. And here we have some Lloyd's talismans, which stop enemies that were hit by it from healing, including PvP. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do a graveyard run here, which is basically a suicide run to get the items here in the graveyard, particularly the winged spear and the Zweihander. You have to say it with an accent or people will yell at you. Zweihander.
Is it German or something?
Yeah, two-hander.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. There are also some items you can basically crunch to get more souls. Now, bonfires are important for more than just being checkpoints. They cause most enemies killed to respawn, and they reset them to their original positions if they moved. This is actually kind of risky, walking on that edge. So, first-time players shouldn't do that. I think a big skeleton just walked off the edge, giving me 550 souls. which is enough
That's
for another
good.
level up. Endurance will increase your stamina and equip load. Having a high equip load is important for rolling faster. And Vitality will increase your HP. All stats will increase your physical defense when they go up. Dexterity will... Certain weapons actually get stronger with certain stats. Usually strength or dexterity. Occasionally faith and intelligence. I'm going to...
Occasionally.
Well...
So you could be dumb as a sack of rocks, or you could still beat the game.
Pretty much. Now, he mentions that we can go up above or down below. Either way, we actually need to go up here.
Don't you want to get the fire spirit thing?
Oh, the
down
dark...
below?
Oh, yeah. Black fire bombs?
No. The firekeeper spirit that's down below.
There's no firekeeper soul down there. There's a firekeeper.
Yes, there is.
Only if you kill her.
No.
Oh, and
I've
it...
seen
Oh.
playthrough.
Oh, and or New Londo Ruin. I'm not going to risk that yet. Plus, I don't really need an Estus Flask upgrade. Basically, with all these bonfires that default to 10 Estus Flasks, there's a Firekeeper nearby. I'll show off where this one is. And if you pick up a Firekeeper's soul, then you can trade them in to upgrade your Estus Flask to heal more.
Which really becomes imperative when you get to higher levels.
Or just more difficult parts of the game. Now, something worth... No, I want to equip it, but... Something worth noting about this shield is that it doesn't... You still take some physical damage when you block with it. It's just only 9% of what damage would have been dealt. There are shields that deflect 100%... Well, not deflect, but absorb 100% damage, but... Don't think that that's... You'd be mistaken if you thought that was cheap. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. I should probably equip my... Oh, someone jumped off the edge. Yeah,
He was on the edge of glory. And something.
This battle axe guy, you can actually get his battle axe weapon from him. Basically, the equipment that enemies wear, you can almost always find that exact equipment. Like, these guys will drop their armor and shields. The shields are pretty much worthless except in one case, which is because they have actually decent magic absorption. But anyway, so this rat here will occasionally drop a humanity. But you don't want to farm humanity here. I'll be showing off a really good way to farm humanity in the... I'm not sure if I would consider it distant future. In any case, this is the first real area, the Undead Burg. It's basic... It's like you're... Okay, now test what you've learned in the tutorial area. It's... I would actually say that the first part of this is actually easier than the Undead Asylum. Because there's just so much space to circle around and backstab. Alright, now over here we have a Soul of a Lost Undead and a message here. Okay, usually I'll upvote messages giving a person a humanity in the process that help. But that's so obvious. Keep that thing in mind for later. Alright. I didn't even stab him! Alright. we're coming up to the bonfire in this area here. But first, over here, we get a wooden shield. If we were to compare this, it actually is better in every way except for its fire defense, which is sensical.
Oh, I did not turn off my microphone. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I forgot to turn off my microphone.
I didn't hear anything anyway. Now,
okay, good.
Now, before I go to the bonfire, there's something I want to do over here. Well, first off, if you press up in the light attack button at the same time, you actually make a kick, which if an enemy has low stability on their shield, which I'll explain later, will kind of stagger them, and make them drop their shield and kick. The kick detection is kind of iffy in this game, I'll admit. But it's usually the only real way you can get these guys to drop their shield. Also, over here, there's this guy who wants to ambush you. Like, I actually jumped when I heard the bookshelf break the first time. I'm like, what? What was that? Anyway, this fellow here is a merchant. What's about you, honey? He has the worst voice in this game. Now, basically what I'm gonna do here is buy a temporary weapon and all the firebombs I can afford. Because when you kill this guy, he gives you a really good, alright, get him up, and then I wanted to backstab him. Do you see that weapon he's using?
I do.
That's your standard dexterity weapon. And until I get a good strength dex weapon, you want to use this as soon as you can. He drops the Residence Key and Orange Guidance Soapstone, so you don't have to worry about losing out on that. I'm going to equip this scimitar for now until we can equip... Oh, we can equip the Uchigatana. Oh well. This is... Yeah, this is your standard, dexterity weapon. But actually there is a... I am planning on using a weapon later on that requires a fully upgraded scimitar. So, well, a 10 times upgraded scimitar, since you can actually upgrade up to, oh, that guy randomly dropped a humanity. When the soul spray is black, then that enemy actually dropped you a loose humanity. Loose humanity is what gives you the stat bonus. It gives you a higher chance of finding items off of dead enemies and a slight defense boost to all your defenses.
Don't. Oh. I was gonna show you how to get the crossbow.
I know how to get it, but the crossbow is worthless if you have a bow.
But the viewers might want to see.
If we drop here, we get a large soul of a lost undead. I actually missed this my first few times through the Undead Burg. One really good thing about the Uchigatana is its massive range. Oh, I should have. Its massive range. Because your weapon's range actually does matter in this game. It's not like Final Fantasy where you can swing your sword from 80 yards away and still damage them. I'm mocking the classic Final Fantasy games. Well, not really mocking, but yeah. Yeah. If you go here, you'll pick up some rubbish, which actually does have a purpose. Yeah, your standard hollows will actually drop very few souls, even for this early in the game. I actually don't quite remember how to get to that, but I know it's just a soul of a lost undead, or a large soul of a lost undead, so I'm not too worried about it. Over here, we actually have a humanity. Yeah, as I said, humanity enables online play, and online play goes for both co-op and PvP. Actually, later on, I might actually make a PvP character and then just sit in a PvP hotspot and try to record some invasions. Either way, here we have the bonfire of this area. We can't really level up, and I returned to this bonfire enough that I am willing to use up 2 humanity to, Oh, I already had a second humanity, I'm an idiot. Kindle it. Well, at least I still get the drop boost. Always look on the bright side of life.
Tell your brother to stop being a butt.
Silver says, as usual, to stop being a butt. Also, there are sight is not the only thing that causes aggro in this game, unlike a lot of other RPGs. Enemies can hear. That's something important to keep in mind. Also, if you're a class that doesn't start with a bow and arrows, you might want to pick up a bow and you might want to pick up arrows instead of fire bombs from the merchant. But chances are, if you're going to use dexterity at all, you're going to use the Uchigatana. And if we go up here, we get some black fire bombs, which are just more powerful fire bombs. You can, as your character gift, you can actually choose some black fire bombs and get a strength weapon off of the Asylum Demon, the Demon Great Axe, but you can get that in another way anyway. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and arrow you, because you're a firebomb thrower.
Yeah, this always area pretty much raped me because of the firebomb thrower.
And firebomb throwing enemies are always annoying. And that item up there is just a soul of a lost undead, which are only worth 200 souls, so if since you have the residence key, you can go in here and pop this open, and you get some
message say?
Gold pine resin. Message says here. Really?
It's more useless than the sign that said to me right in front of the merchant. Merchant ahead.
Or the wyvern one.
And yes, I love how people no man, it's a friggin' dragon. It's like, no, it does not have separate arms. It is a wyvern.
Like, I think it's technically called the Hellkite Wyvern Dragon, but everyone knows it's a wyvern. Well, everyone who cares about that kind of stuff.
Everyone who does play Skyrim.
Hollows.
Those are not dragons. Those are wyverns.
Oh, this is actually better in this case because there are no elemental enemies. I can't believe I'm actually using a piece of hollow equipment. But it actually has 100% physical reduction.
Which is very good.
So yeah. I'm not going to go into the specifics of certain statistics for armor, like poise and stability, too much. Basically, poise determines how much you can get hit before you kind of get staggered. And stability on a shield is basically poise for the shield when you're blocking. Alright, down there is a Black Knight who's guarding a pretty useless ring. What the ring does is when you're low on HP, it boosts your defense. Alright.
Are you gonna try to get Hadvar's ring?
Havel's,
whatever. I think of Hadvar because of Skyrim, I think. Or a book I've read a while back, and I've forgotten it.
Hadvar is one of the guys you can side with in the tutorial.
Right.
Havel's ring later.
Yeah, because that, from what I saw, Seamus's walkthrough, which we can't really go in LP without talking about him, it seems really useful.
Alright, this guy is a Crystal Lizard. If you kill him fast enough, you'll get...
Crystal Titanite.
You'll get Twinkling Titanite and some other Titanites. Titanites are used for upgrading equipment. If we go... No. If we go here... Titanite chunks are for reinforcing weapons up to plus 14 or crystal and lightning elemental weapons. Twinkling Titanite is used for unique equipment, like boss weapons, which I'll go into later.
See, Ken, I hate you because I was like twice this level at this point, and
alright,
this kept failing.
This is a boss area. So what you want to do, first off, climb up here. Make sure you have your gold pine resin equipped, by the way. Alright. I told you were gonna get mad at how easy this is for me.
Yeah, fucking hate you, bro.
Alright. You want to wait until you trigger the boss, then sprint back here. Because this guy actually is weak to a plunging attack, and the lightning will just make it even more powerful. Alright, so we want to use this, then plunging attack. If you wait too long up there, he'll actually jump up, as will the Asylum Demon.
Because the Asylum Demon fights you here, too. Okay.
Shh.
But yeah, see what I said? Just stay close to the crouch, you'll be fine. Yeah, Ken, I hate how easy this is for you.
No, I meant to use the Estus. Well, you forget, I have like 10 characters that I've played on. Many of which were lost because this game doesn't have a cloud saving.
You pulled a Seamus. No, you pulled a Vegas Seamus.
Alright. Large Soul of a Lost Undead, meh. Alright. Now, we're actually going to come up to a recurring NPC here.
Is it? Praise the sun! I'm actually gonna be quiet.
He's muffled because of his helmet, which is kind of a nice touch. And we get the White Sign Soapstone, which lets people summon you for co-op. It's their excuse for multiplayer. He's actually a member of a covenant, the Sunlight Covenant. Basically, it's a covenant-based... Covenants are like guilds, basically. And they give you access to certain things. This is a co-op, and you get a special item for... What the... Oh, God. I've got an invasion coming. Or someone's trying to invade me, anyway. I get to show off multiplayer if this is true.
Alonze?
Oh, yep, there they are.
Come on. Come on, Drake. Wyvern.
Oh,
Shit.
that's a good idea. That's a burn mark, not oil.
Shut up.
I can't believe I just used the wyvern to my advantage. Aw, I think you escaped it. No, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's useful.
You're standing at the end, just like, come at me. No. Back in.
Wait.
It's back in.
Oh, I don't have... Well, what is it?
Come at me.
Aw, I missed him. I am not above playing dirty. Oh, I am not going to accidentally kill Solaire, dude. Oh, he was baiting an attack. Is he using a club? Can't tell if he's using the Is he running away? By the way, you can actually only invade people 10% of your level below you or above you. Like any amount of levels above you. Oh.
Is he able to leave?
I don't think so.
Boom.
Oh God, he's using a fire weapon. How does he have fire? Yeah, most people frown upon using Estus in multiplayer. Not me. He was trying to do the what is it emote. This guy is... This guy... Okay, this is pretty entertaining. This is one of my least horrific invasions I've had to deal with. Ah! Also, the servers are kind of for this game, which explains the lag. Oh God! Why is he using Smo's hammer? Freaking twinks! Oh! Ha ha ha! This was unexpected, to say the least. Is he using his hand? No. Ah! I lose.
You're still on. Oh. Sorry, my brother wanted to tell me about a little Japanese couple he met.
What were you about to say? You're still on about that?
Yeah.
Hang on, I actually need to go ahead and send that guy a message. Last met, that was the guy.
Dude, you're on candid camera.
That was fun. I normally don't like the PvP, but that was fun. Like, I don't even mind dying there. That guy won fair and square. I mean, I wasn't playing by the typical rules because, you know... Oh, Titanite Shard! That's used for standard weapon upgrading until plus... 5?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm just trying to remember. Why would I ask you about this game?
Yeah, really. Ken, there's games that you asked me about, like Fable, Fallout, Bioshock, Assassin's Creed, Dragon... Alright, you can't really ask me about Dragon Age because I haven't really gotten far on that at all.
Hang on, the guy sent me a message back. Okay, but I hacked...
Wait, is this person Russian?
I don't know. It's good to give invaders positive messages sometimes because invaders will typically get hate mail. Did that guy just... He didn't even firebomb me.
At least your stuff is still there. Let's think creatively.
How would I... Wait, how would I know if the guy was Russian?
Because I thought his profile said it was.
Alright. Come on. This is how I usually go through this after dying. Because I do die along the way occasionally. Ah! Minus the getting hit so much. I really hate these guys with the spears.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly switch this out to... Can I use the winged spear? No, I need more dex. But yeah, like, guys who do invasions like that are usually just yelled at. So it's good to acknowledge when you had fun with an invasion. Also, as tempting as it might be, don't fall down there. There's no way to get back up. So unless you have the Homeward Miracle or a Homeward Bone, you have to jump off. The Homeward Miracle is basically an infinite Homeward Bone, but it takes up an attunement slot, because you can only have a certain number of spells on your character at a time. And unlike Demon Souls, the prequel, which I actually played after this game because I didn't even know it existed. Crud. What was I talking about? No, I know I was talking about Demon Souls, but unlike Demon Souls, blah. Oh well. Let's see here. We're gonna make a video for YouTube. Russian. Oh.
Booyah! Called it.
Huh. That would explain some of the lag. I should probably apologize for the lag stab after the next message. Alright. So yeah, when you die, if you make it back to the spot where you died, then... okay. First, I need to take off that. Oh man, this is going to be more difficult than it needs to be. Oh, I need to aim higher. Or maybe I just don't have the range. Either way. Really?
The crosshairs in this game could definitely be better.
Well, it's like... I actually like the crosshairs. Like, it's not a, you will shoot here. It's, you will shoot in this area. It's like your typical FPS, shotgun crosshair. Come on. Come on, dude. I realize that if I get hit by him, I'm not coming back from that. Also, you actually move faster if you're a lighter weight. So, there. Wait, the dragon didn't even trigger. Also, if you go down here, this is a shortcut to the bonfire. Whee! So now I can level up. I need one more dex. Another point of vitality, endurance, and strength. And I still have souls to spare. Let's see what the guy has to say. Sad face. Oh god. I decided to apologize for using the wyvern as well.
Yeah.
That was kind of a jerk move on my part. Alright, and this part is possibly one of the most annoying parts of the Undead Burg, which we're actually coming up to the end of. Not this guy, but there's a shield guy on this ledge. Yes, a shield and spear guy. Okay, game. I'm trying to kick. These guys luckily have really low stability on their shield. So
Yeah.
they'll get knocked back. And then there are a few rats, similar to the one we saw at Firelink Shrine, that first hub area. Like that rat, these will drop humanity, and I was really lucky that one dropped it there as soon as I mentioned it. Up there is a Black Knight, I believe a halberd, a great sword Black Knight. Don't go up there yet. Unless you're New Game Plus, in which case you don't really need to be too cautious about everything. Alright. Gonna try and hit this guy. Like, once you learn how to aim with these crosshairs, it's pretty easy. Sort of like parrying, which apparently I haven't learned how to do yet. And he dropped a longsword. Meh.
Meh.
Alright. Alright, that guy is gonna come up eventually. But in the meantime, I have to deal with this guy.
I really just hate this area.
The whole Undead Parish, or this section of it? Or have you
This
got
section.
Have you got
I haven't gotten past this.
Huh. That's interesting. I actually expected to get hit there. Whoa. Okay. I don't like the the two-handed strong attack with this weapon. Also, right here, we have some alluring skulls. First, let's take care of this hollow. Sword guy. I find it interesting that on these guys, the shield doesn't block 100% damage. Anyway, if you take this alluring skull and throw it right into that fire, the boar will charge into the fire and take heavy fire damage. So yeah, if you're having trouble with him, toss these alluring skulls. They're not really useful anywhere else. There are similar boars later on, but... oh.
You're better equipped for those.
Yeah. Also, this guy actually has a unique plunge attack animation. There are only certain bosses have these animations, and I missed it. Oh well. If you get positioned just right, you can backstab him.
In the butt.
No, don't use that. That was pointless. Oh, hey, I think I drew him out like that. Normally this guy, I will run back and bring you into a ambush, but I killed half of the ambush just with the alluring skull. Just killed the man. Yes,
I'm actually trying to start to learn lyrics to that, because really before I got to my middle school, I never knew that song existed.
It's, in my opinion, it's Queen's most overrated song.
Yeah, but I do love it.
Yeah, it's a good song, but it's overrated.
Yeah.
And here we get a mystery key. Ooh, it's a mystery. I can't believe I made my voice shake like that.
Ooh. I can't. My voice is too deep to do shit like that.
Alright.
I love that feel when you kill multiple enemies at once and they do synchronized death animations. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. It's like a dance class.
Ah! I hate pressing B one too many times and backstepping. Also, notice that I'm doing this in one run. That's how well I know this area. Alright, and let's see here. Up there is the intended path. I'm not gonna go on the intended path yet. I'm just gonna show where a shield is that does have 100% physical reduction, just in case you don't get the hollow shield. Because I realize that some people don't really like to farm, which is understandable. I mean, this is a game where, you know, really? Missed it by that much. Yeah. Alright, this is a Baldur Knight. Not to be confused with Baldur's Gate. I'm so original and funny. Right. Pop an Estus while he's around the corner. These guys are actually basically how I learned to parry. Because they project their attack, but you are punished pretty badly if you mess it up. And here, you get the Knight Shield, which may be better anyway. Wow! The Hollow Shield is actually better in every way than the Knight Shield.
Wow.
I'm amazed. I mean, the Hollow Shield is really annoying to farm for, because, because there are so many other drops that they have that interfere with getting it. Alright. I wanna kill this guy ASAP, because there's a Baldur Knight. This is exactly the situation I wanted to avoid. There are two kinds of Balder Knights. Buckler Knights and Kite Shield Knights. Buckler Knights will occasionally get into a parrying stance and, well, parry you. And they actually have better defense. These guys have raw force. Alright. And their weapon is actually one of the best pure dex weapons in the game if you're not going to use the Uchigatana. It's more of a moveset weapon, though, than a damage weapon. The Balder Side Sword, aka, some people give it this stupid name, the Baller Swag Sword.
What?
That's what some people call the Balder Side Sword. Don't bother farming for it, it's a really rare drop. Also, these guys are a really good place to farm for Titanite shards, because there's a bonfire really close by, and they're easy to kill. We can go into the parish itself. Actually, let's do that now, because we can open up a shortcut to Firelink Shrine. But
yeah, this elevator right here.
Yeah, remember that elevator shaft that we dropped down earlier?
To get the Lloyd's Talisman.
Also, I'm going to do this now. You can do this later, but this is just to save time later on. I'm going to get the asylum key. Alright.
When are you gonna beat that useless boss?
Which useless boss?
The one with the 3 masks.
I've actually never gotten to him.
Really?
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
I failed to get the key, but anyway. I really should figure out, like, try to find out how to get to him, since he drops the Rite of Kindling, but I want to do things in the intended order. Though I might end up doing... Like, a lot of people actually wait to do the Darkroot Garden, for example. I'm going to put some points into Vitality. Anyway, a lot of people, well, one person at least, waits to do the Darkroot Garden until after Blight Town. But I like to do that around the same time as I finish up the Undead Parish. Now, I actually walked right past a mini-boss up here. That's because I was in a hurry to get to the Firelink Shrine. But if we go up here, back up here, over by the altar to the right of when you're entering, this is a Knight of Berenique, renowned for their heavy armor and high endurance in battle.
Endurance.
These guys, there's only one who's a mini-boss, and later on there's actually one who you can summon. Tarkus!
Darkus.
I think you can, if you do it right, you can actually parry this guy. You can, but you can't riposte, which is the special after parry attack. But the important part is that he's stunned. And you can actually stagger this guy. He doesn't have as much poise as one would expect. Alright, I'm gonna back off and heal. Ah! I hate sweeping attacks. And overhead attacks, since they actually hit through your shield usually. Alright, I should kill him, and he drops a Titanite shard and 800 souls. But the important thing is, now we can easily pick up this Firekeeper soul. You can use up to 7 of these. You can't get 7 in one playthrough, though. To upgrade your Estus Flask. After that, you want to pop it, and then and therefore get 7, I think it's actually 5 humanities. Which is nothing to sneeze at. Save you a couple of farming trips. Now, can I actually get this? You can actually... This is actually a really clever secret, sort of. Because, you know, this game is similar to back in the NES era, back when there wasn't really internet to research, so people would spread rumors by word of mouth. This and Demon's Souls were a big part of the not really holding your hand is to kind of make it like those days. Which is really cool that they did that. Let's see. Now, if we take this down to the mute firekeeper down here, you can reinforce your Estus flask with... You can do this with any firekeeper, but usually she's the one you go to, because this is the hub area, essentially. You're going to return to this area after pretty much every area you complete. And things will change. Oh, hey, message. What screen capture? I actually take live stream footage and upload it usually. Upload it or use Fraps. Wait, what's the other? Hang on. Or do you use hardware like a BOWS? I'm guessing that's a brand of capture card.
No. Like a BOWS.
Oh, God.
Oh my god, I'm gonna tell Sean I just explained something to you.
Ugh.
Just explained to Ken what...
I thought that it was like BOWS or Bose was a capture card. Anyway. Alright. So, normally you would go up those stairs first, but I'm actually going to go ahead and take care of this now. As you can see, there are a bunch of Baldur Knights over here. There are a bunch of Baldur's Gates. Ah! The message killed me!
Love how they're just stabbing the air.
Wait. Oh, they sent add that into your Let's Play maybe on. Let me see. Fraps and quality's okay. FPS drops. Quality is based on rendering. FPS is normal. I don't use DS Fix. DS Fix is a modification for the game to kind of fix the problem of locking at 30 frames a second, because this is a bare bones console port. And From Software admitted it. They were not used to making things for PC.
Yeah.
And the new director is like, okay, Dark Souls 2 PC is going to be good. I mean, there's not many mods for this game. It's not a very moddable game, but there are actually a lot of armor retextures. I'm waiting for someone to make a Reimu Hakurai version of the maiden robes that you get late game. That would be amusing. I just realized, pictures of cats are amusing. Anyway, up here, I'll go ahead and... I want to do this first, actually, because it will benefit me. This is a Buckler Knight, by the way. I hate these. Alright, so up here, you might have noticed a spell being shot at me. That's because there's a channeler up here. Channelers are annoying. They have a special... They have a weapon that was, at least originally, a 1 in 1,000 drop that its use actually buffs the user's allies nearby. Alright. And he shoots soul arrows. Soul arrow is your basic damage spell. I'll go into magic later on when we get a magic merchant. Broken straight sword. Alright. And now we get to kill the guy. What?
Ken, your voice just went up like 10 octaves. You startled the Ken.
My jaw just hung there for a moment. Okay, change of plans. We're going to show off the upgrade, the armor, the equipment upgrading system. Every time I die to him, it's because of the stupid trident. Also, my sword is going through the wall. Something I kind of wish is that when you move to a when you changed your weapon, it actually kept the weapon sheath on your belt. It's like, huh. It actually doesn't do that, which I'm surprised that they let that detail slip. Because overall, this is very much a game about the little details. I still find it funny that I just realized that the Fable roleplay is based on the book.
Yeah.
Because I just glanced at the title and I'm like, wait a second!
Yeah, I actually read the damn book back in 8th grade.
I'm kind of wary of the actual book, because after reading the Borderlands one, the Borderlands one was pretty bad.
Yeah, generally books done by people that aren't exactly from the company itself. Like, I'm not sure who actually made the book for Green Order, but it was actually pretty good, given it had some plot holes and some things that I really did not know how to explain. Then again, that's Fable. It was pretty good. But then again, you're also talking to the guy that doesn't hate Sonic 06.
Like, I kind of want to read the BioShock book, which does exist. But after reading Borderlands, it's like,
But I'm not gonna deny, that'd be a cool, really, universe to make a book with.
Borderlands or
BioShock.
It exists.
I know.
Anyway, you use Titanite and a meager amount of souls to upgrade equipment. It's pretty simple, but in this case it makes sense. Like, they're trying to focus on the gameplay. They don't want to add in a gimmick like a crafting minigame. Now, this is actually a big thing about Dark Souls. Like, usually you're gonna find one weapon you like and stick to it and just keep upgrading it. Unlike a lot of other RPGs. Final Fantasy, this is not. So yeah, I don't think that upgrading shields actually does anything. So, I wouldn't waste Titanite on that. But yeah, like, I can sum up 2 games with 1 term, which is the games are Far Cry 2 and Sonic 06. Stupid fun. Like, it's bad, but it's there's still some entertainment to be had, even if it is just to mock the game, in the case of Sonic 06. Like,
again, I bring up the point that Game Grumps had 90 episodes of Sonic 06.
I don't really like them, mostly because I don't like Ego Raptor. Like, I like JonTron, though.
JonTron is cute.
What? Wait,
I'm not
what?
even denying it. I'm not even denying it. I see what the lady's seeing him. Not Ego Raptor. For whatever reason, I look at him and I see a sloth. Don't ask. I just see sloth.
Like, the animal or the Sid?
The animal. I don't know. Either sloth or weasel.
Also, speaking of sins, so the butt was
sit down and confess your sins.
no. So the butt was browsing DeviantArt, and apparently, I think I might have mentioned this to you, but
No.
there was like this Binding of Isaac comic. I mean, did I mention this to you?
No.
This is like the worst thing you could do. It was actually a shipping comic, a Binding of Isaac. Because in the Binding of Isaac, there are personifications of the 7 deadly sins as mini-bosses. I'm just going to link you to it if I can find it. It's...
Ken, if you do that, we have to do a Tau Kaka roleplay. Yeah.
She's creepy!
She's goddamn adorable. I even made a Tumblr post about it.
You can't even... She has, like, creepy glowing eyes.
So do Draenei. However the fuck you pronounce it.
You can actually see Draenei's faces, though.
You can kind of see her face.
You can only see her creepy red glowing eyes of demon and her creepy sharp-toothed grin.
She can make other facial expressions.
You know what I mean! Something that's kind of funny about the Binding of Isaac thing is, like, all of the characters have the same base model, which is the Isaac character. So it's like, they're basically OC Do Not Steal.
Sometimes when I'm on Facebook, the page, I think it's Sexually Arousing Gardevoir.
What?
Does this. Yeah. Either that or it's sexually abusive Bulbasaur that does this. But they just make like really Microsoft Paint like OCs of just recolors of like Sonic and all that. And it's like, this is original, the OC, do not steal. And it's like, hey, it's funny because that's basically everyone. Touch blood. Oh, I love the blood stains.
Yes! You have no idea how many times that thing has messed me up. And now I'm dragging its corpse.
Yeah, fuck you, bro.
Also, well, okay, actually no. There's one who doesn't have the same base model as the other sins. Sloth, who is literally a recoloring of another enemy in the game. Think about that for a moment. Sloth is the laziest enemy design.
It's fitting.
And then, you can actually find, because in the game there are colored champion versions that have more health and deal more damage. You can actually find a champion version of that enemy who looks exactly like Sloth. And then while there are usually... Oh, also... No, I'm undead. Huh, well, here. I have this mysterious key. What's up, dude?
Who is this guy? Oh. I don't trust this guy.
Well, he seems like a pretty trustworthy guy. I mean, he's a knight.
Batman wasn't always trustworthy.
My parents are dead! That picture! Just backhanding Robin. That is the best of pictures. I'm gonna make an attempt on this boss without Knight Solaire. Because you can, if you're in human form, you can actually summon Solaire for this boss.
Solaire.
I don't want to run all the way back to the bonfire, respawn all the enemies except for the cleric, and then, have to kill everything all over again.
But jolly cooperation.
Well, that seems to be the bell tower.
Oh man, that looks so inconspicuous.
Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
I don't... What?
What the fuck? Ken, I want those on the side of my house.
Bell gargoyles?
Yes.
I don't understand why this creature doesn't want us to get here. It's just a bell. Oh, the bell is ringing. When the bell is ringing, that actually means that another player just rang it. This is the same for the other bell, too.
That's cool.
It's like the little details for PvP. I mean, for multiplayer. Like, if you're cursed, then you actually leave a little statue of yourself in other worlds. Okay, I want to get away from you. If you chop this guy's tail off, you actually get a weapon. And then his buddy joins in when he's at about half health. If you want to beat this boss really easily, you want to sequence break and get the magic weapon spell fast. Which basically adds a buff that scales with your intelligence stat. Alright, once you kill one of these guys, it's actually a lot easier. But of course I'm being stupid and not just focusing on one.
Right. Harry Potter is like fine whiskey. It gets better with age. Sherlock is like heroin. Everyone is itching to get their next fix. Doctor Who is like red wine. Mature and has great history. Supernatural is just a bunch of alcohol all at once to drown off the pain.
Ah, no, get out of there. No. That serves me right for messing with the... No! For messing with the bow too much. Which actually is not too bad of a weapon for this fight. I mean, even at base damage, it's doing about 38 damage, which is almost as much as a Uchigatana plus 2 swing is doing. Well, it's about half, but...
Oi. Ugh. White Castle burger.
Ah, get out of there. Get out of there. Heal.
Hail!
Heil son.
No, Cyrano, no!
That's not the... That's not what... I was referring to the Solaire picture.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, that's one gargoyle dead. This is the first time I've done this fight legitimately, without Solaire or magic. Ah! And you're dead! And occasionally he'll drop the gargoyle helm, which is actually a pretty good helmet.
Especially because we weren't wearing one.
It looks pretty cool, too. Well...
You look like a reindeer.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, maybe cool isn't the word I'm looking for, but... Alright, so now, to climb the tower, ring the bell. There's also an unimportant NPC down there. Well, he's important if you accidentally attack an NPC that you don't want to. I sent that picture to my friend, and his computer froze up, and his browser froze up on it, and his family was in the room.
Wait, what picture?
The Solaire picture.
Oh, Jesus.
So we ring the first bell of awakening, which doesn't do anything, because we actually need to ring the one down in Blight Town. Alright, so now I'm going to use a homeward bone.
Carry on my wayward bone.
There'll be peace when you... Also, so my friend... Assassin's Creed 3 has been out long enough that spoilers don't really matter, right?
Desmond dies in the end. We got that out of the way. Go on.
Okay, so my friend was mentioning how, Connor gets shot repeatedly, right?
Yeah.
And my first thought was, shot through the Bon Jovi song. I'm like, that is so perfect.
I really want to see Seamus do the new DLC for that, because he did the first part. Oh, did he?
I'm kind of sad that he didn't do the Artorias of the Abyss content.
For Dark Souls?
Yeah. Fun fact, if you do that DLC first, before fighting Sif, the cutscene changes, and oh god.
Feels?
Yeah.
My body is not ready for such feels.
And that's actually what I'm planning on doing, just to show the alternate cutscene, since most people who did the game did it before the DLC came out. So people are probably tired of seeing the exact same cutscene. So I'm gonna procrastinate Blighttown because I generally I should actually do the second Asylum run, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna rest here because first I want to go ahead and get the Titanite demon down here done with. So there are several mini bosses that aren't technically well, I have Titanite shards, so
Yeah.
I need 3 more.
I'll see if he replies to Twitter.
Who?
Seamus.
Not usually. I think he explained why in the playthrough, but I forgot. Anyway, so this is a Titanite demon. You'll notice that its face is like a weird plate. That's what it drops. It's a piece of demon Titanite, which I lied. This is what that's what boss weapons. I'll get into boss weapons later when I get the weapon that I want, but that's what boss weapons upgrade with. So you need to kill these guys to upgrade your boss weapons. This is actually a relatively difficult mini boss. If you don't have magic. If you have magic, he's actually really easy. I actually managed to safe spot him. Safe spot. I'm using RuneScape terminology. That is obsolete now, since there are pretty much no safe spots anymore.
Right.
Ah! I think it's because he never actually did it, or... Was he playing the 360 version or the PC version with a 360 controller?
For which?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls? I don't know. No, Xbox.
Ah. That would explain his trouble in Blighttown, because they actually fixed that on the PC version. 10 FPS or less land. I like that there's a special attack if you roll and then use a light attack immediately after. For most weapons, anyway. Ow. Finally. Oh god, I can get that, right? Okay, thank god. Like, it's funny, sometimes there are these floating messages, and I'm like, how did you get there? Am I... Okay, I'm mid-rolling, not fat-rolling. Like... No, I won't. It doesn't make enough of a difference. Well, oh, someone just kindled the last bonfire I stayed at, so I got a free Estus flask. That's actually kind of an important mechanic to keep in mind. Sometimes it'll save you. Alright, this is the Darkroot Garden, a completely optional area. This is actually, well, technically it's completely optional, but you want to come here to farm for these the items that these Ents drop. Because they drop items that will reduce bleed, poison, and toxic. The latter of which is the most important one. Because in Blighttown, there are these jerkbags who shoot, What? What? I'll check that later.
What is life?
Anyway,
At least I'm not laughing as much as I was during the Randy Savage.
Oh god, the Randy Savage.
Savage was Slim Jim. Yeah!
Anyway, there are these blow dart jerkbags who will toxic you. Toxic is an extremely powerful version of poison.
Oh yeah.
And you can't heal through it. It's just a fact of life. Or unlife, I suppose. Alright, I'm going to kindle this bonfire because I have no doubt that I am going to die over here. Because I'm taking on an optional boss. I mean, I thought that I could do really well on it, but on my int build, I kept dying to it. Because it actually has high magic resistance, despite the fact that... I'll get into that later. Let me just say, this is actually a really easy boss for melee builds. If you're human form, because there's a summon. Alright, but first off, we have some stone giants to deal with.
Are you gonna get the stone armor?
I'm not gonna farm for it. Wait.
You don't even have to farm.
Oh yeah, it's... Isn't it like with the guys who drop the stamina stuff? Also, the spell that guy just cast is actually a miracle you can find and use yourself.
If I remember correctly, Seamus just picked it up off the ground.
Yeah. Both the miracle and the armor. These guys,
just like him.
These guys drop their shield and greatsword. I actually didn't know they dropped their sword until recently, which was on my int build, and it's a strength weapon. Alright, if you roll during that slowing effect, you actually can't really roll. So the best use of your stamina is actually to attack and block. I'm not going to show what happens if you try to roll, because that would put me in danger. This is actually a good place to farm for souls, by the way. They drop 600 each, and there are about 4 of them right there. Alright. We can summon Witch Beatrice here, who is apparently a reference, it's apparently possibly a reference to something. I don't know. This is only here if you're human, of course.
Right.
And she's a godsend on this fight. I'm gonna put it bluntly.
I forget who you fight here.
The Moonlight Butterfly.
Oh, fuck.
The space butterfly that Jesse foretold us of. In case you don't get that, it's a reference to Jesse Cox and Total Biscuit's Terraria playthrough, where he was going on about a space butterfly. And he ended up getting a character in Awesomenauts, which is essentially a side-scrolling MOBA like League of Legends, who is a monk of the space butterfly god. Which is pretty funny. Alright, so you want to try and dodge this guy's attacks. Blocking, it works fine for the sort of spear things, but also you want to wail on it and then eventually back off. I'm gonna back off now. That's when normal people back off, not overly cautious people. And how overleveled is Beatrice to only take 141 damage from that? Sorry. Ah! That's the attack that will kill you. Wait, does that count as a boss kill? It does! I don't have to kill it again. Ah!
That is like the happiest laugh I've ever heard. I'm really happy because I don't have to pop another humanity for it. You can, if you're a tank build, you can pick up the Elite Knight set over there, which is literally an upgraded version of the Knight set. I don't know what I expected. Yeah.
Because we have to make Arrested Development references. Seriously. I am really excited for the new season of that next month.
I'll let you go on about that.
Basically, Arrested Development is... I'm not sure if it's really a sitcom. It's like a 3-season show that everyone loves. And is actually getting a movie next year. And it's been over for a while, but they're actually making another season just for what they're doing, kind of thing, to lead up to the movie, which I am really happy about. I mean, basically, if anyone who has Netflix needs to watch it. Netflix streaming, I mean. Because there are still people who still do the DVDs. Mostly for things that aren't on streaming, like Lord of the Rings 1 and 3. Why is only 2 on it?
Okay.
Alright. Pick up my bloodstain. And you'll notice that we picked up the soul of the Moonlight Butterfly. You can use it to make a special spear that scales entirely with intelligence. So it's a melee weapon for mages. The downside is you can't use, like, lightning damage on it. So, like, it's only for pure int users. And here we get the Watchtower basement key and the Divine Ember and a Homeward Bone from this petrified blacksmith. The Divine Ember allows... No, that's not a Homeward Bone. Allows...
Wait, that allows better upgrading at
No.
blacksmith?
Divine Ember allows Andre to create divine weapons, which basically scale with your faith stat, as well as other stats. You get the Ember for the standard upgrading in the entrance to the depths. Now, I'm keeping these souls on me because there's something I want to pick up from Andre. That's 20,000. It's essentially a key to that big glowy door, which will essentially allow access to my soul farming area for the whole game. Other than that, there's really not much I want to do left here. I'm pretty happy with my gear right now. Purple Moss Clump is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and... I think the return to the Undead Asylum will... Actually, alright, I need you to do me a favor. Look up the Old Witch's Ring. I want to know what I need to trade to get that, because I want to show that off.
So wait, what do you want?
Old Witch's Ring, Dark Souls.
Old Witch's Ring, Dark Souls.
And then you'll go...
the wiki.
Yeah.
Wiki.com. No.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh. Trade with a Sunlight Maggot.
Okay, so that's a late game thing, okay.
With Snuggly the... Oh, God, that thing.
So I don't have to feel bad about doing the return now. Because I really wanted to show off the dialogue with... with she who must not be named. I'll call her. Quaylon. Not Quaylog, Quaylon. Which is
how tragic that story is.
And then one of the invaders is actually one of the recurring invaders is actually gathering humanity for that covenant. It's not Paladin Leroy, though. I still find it hilarious that there's a Paladin Leroy in the game. And it is with 2 E's. Alright, so now that we actually picked up a basement key down there by that gate. So I'm going to go ahead and kill these Balder Knights in hopes of getting one of their armor pieces because I want to read off the lore related to it. Hey, someone just rung the bell. Please just drop a sword or even the gauntlets. Wait, did I re-equip my gloves? No. We actually picked up a basement key, which actually allows us to go to the lower Undead Burg, which is the gateway to the depths. I'm going to go in the depths just to show off the humanity farming spot there, which will be particularly useful to first-time players like you, or people who never thought of farming in that spot. Alright, I'm just gonna run. I'm feeling ballsy. I'm gonna take on the Black Knight. I'm invincible! Well, he did survive in getting his arms and legs chopped off. You have to give him some credit for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy is not going to wait. He's gonna just jump you. And the main reason you want to kill him is he drops a Titanite chunk, I believe. You can parry this guy. I just waited until I had the Uchikatana plus 5. Because otherwise, 1, this would take forever, and 2, because it would take longer, it would be more risky. Oh, he dropped his great sword too. That's pretty cool. He's not guaranteed to drop that. That Black Knight was a pretty cool guy. Didn't even have to coax the great sword out of him. He's like, okay, I'll drop it. Didn't have to wait until later on. And I'm doing this in reverse because the gate to the lower Undead Burg is actually in that there was a room with a battle axe hollow, a short sword hollow, no, 2 short sword hollows and a battle axe hollow who ran in. And it's a, is that where it is? I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it's right by the Hellkite Wyvern. I know it's technically the Hellkite Wyvern. I mean dragon, I'm going to call it a wyvern because it's a wyvern.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, with so many little details that FromSoft keeps in, it's funny the ones that they mess up. Oh no, it's 2 battle axe hollows and a short sword who runs in. He was flinging these guys around. Yeah, you can get the battle axe off of those guys. I already have my next... I already know what I'm going to LP after I finish another after I finish an LP.
So when are we doing Casa Symphonia?
Okay. I know what we're doing after the second LP I finish from now.
What?
Basically, alright, what else are we doing? Skyrim is a side series, not a major LP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop, Link's Awakening because it's kind of bleh to me. Playing it blind, so that we can do Tales of Symphonia soon.
Alright. And then, would you count New Vegas?
If I can fix the problem we had. But for now, let's consider that off the table. So after I finish another Let's Play, whether you want to join me or not, it's going to be Persona 4. Because I actually got it to run at 60 frames a second.
Yeah, I probably won't be joining you for that one.
It's that or you watch the anime adaptation.
No! See if that fucking will suck a duck.
And I am not interested in waterfowl.
I am.
Whoa.
Kinky.
Alright, so there was a door over by where we met Solaire, that was closed, and you can't unlock it with the master key. I probably should level up a few times, but... Okay, what's that snapping sound? If we use the basement key here, we get a really long ladder. But don't worry, we're never going to really be climbing this, because there's a shortcut.
I love how you just look like a reindeer. Hey, Rudolph. Rudolph was useful.
Alright, so that's a one-way door, and it lets you not have to bother with running all the way to the Hellkite Wyvern. And down here are dogs, who do inflict bleed damage. Kill them fast.
Gotta be fast.
This is the magic merchant. Sup, dude? And if you roll into this barrel, or attack it, you actually get the sorcerer's starting equipment. You can get all of the classes' starting equipment. He's going to go back to the,
Firelink Shrine?
Yeah. That's the nexus of this game, for those who've played Demon Souls, of which you are not, of which number you are not, Silver, because it's PS3 only.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
And I'm not going to get into the argument of which game is better. Both of them have their perks. You always know where to go in Demon Souls, even if you don't really pay attention. The mechanics are slightly different. There's no medium rolling in Demon Souls, which is kind of irritating. It's either fat roll or fast roll. And nobody wants to fat roll. Alright, so in this section, bandits are going to jump out of these buildings. And they are actually... Hey, they're like Taukoa. They have the glowing eyes. Oh god! And they can backstab you. The Taukoas! No! See? They have glowing eyes. If I could get a close look. Isn't Taukoa like that one character in Mass Effect who always wears the mask?
Towie.
Now that I'm remembering that BioWare is good, it's just that EA made me not want Mass Effect. Like, I really wish there were a way I could support BioWare without supporting EA. Because BioWare are amazing storytellers who make great games. EA are a corporation. They're a publisher, they don't do anything. They're the hype people. Like, I really support when companies self-publish games. Like Valve. So they aren't going to sacrifice quality to some third party just so that they'll get advertising money. I mean, there are good publishers like Bandai Namco. Namco Bandai. Whichever it is. The publishers of this game. Atlas. Who have a mostly positive history with their publishings. We don't talk about the Game of Thrones game. Also, these guys will throw throwing knives. That's what those projectiles are. And the target shield. The target shield is essential for parrying. It actually gives you several more frames in which parrying works, which is a big deal. Anyway, like, it's just the publishers who literally own the company, like EA own BioWare. That's where it's kind of Alright, roll into this and we get a humanity, I believe, or Bard's of the Lost Undead. More or less useful, depending on your point of view of the co-op in this game. And in here we get the bandit set. And another target shield. Before we fight the Capra demon, which I'm kind of worried about, I'm going to go ahead and open up another shortcut. Also, they're bandits. They're going to ambush you. Where's the surprise?
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't expect those hollows in the Undead Parish to be that clever, but bandits. Like, I'm not sure if the bandits are actually hollow. Or if they're sentient and they're just jerks. I mean, there are a lot of NPC invaders in the game. Anyway, if you go up here, you actually have an NPC merchant. You can buy one humanity off of for 5,000 souls. Blooming purple moss clumps, which are really important, but I don't have the souls, really. Homeward bones, pine resins, prism stones, I'll buy 10 for later. And purging stones, also, which are important because they break you free of curse. Curse essentially halves your HP. I saw a health bar down there. Did an enemy really just fall off a cliff without me even bothering them? Also, it's a shortcut to the Firelink Shrine, which is actually pretty useful. Cracked round shield, which is worthless now. I love that Assassin's Creed 4 trailer gif, where it's the part where he just stabs the guy.
I'm really looking forward to Edward.
That's something until Assassin's Creed 4, that's something no sane man should have said.
The undead reindeer. That very pointy hats.
And if you ever laughed at him, he'd kill you before you could say backstab. Also,
No, don't do that.
This guy doesn't actually help you ever, and eventually he dies on his own anyway.
Well, everyone dies. Yeah, I played that card.
Oh, I'm a rascal. I would make a reference to the pseudo-country, pseudo-rock band, but... This guy is so easy to fish for backstabs on. Or parry. Boom!
I know what I hate about Tumblr.
Social justice blogs.
Well, no, it's also something that I like at the same time. It's that whenever you like someone's post, like whenever you favorite it, they like notice. Like there's a little alert that comes up, and really, the most things I've been favoriting have been coming from my brother. So at one point, I just got this feeling that he's just gonna come up and grin at me, just like, "You like that, didn't you?" It's gonna be creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that's the way you phrased it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna kill off the Capra Demon and then end off there. Well, hopefully kill off the Capra Demon. Come on. Now, I was mentioning earlier that I wasn't sure why only certain undead respawned, and I just realized it's because not every undead has the dark sign.
What?
In the intro, it mentioned that some undead are marked with the dark sign, and that's what allows you to respawn. So that's why certain NPCs don't respawn. They aren't branded.
It's basically like your DNA in the Vita chambers for Bioshock.
Yeah.
Big delay.
The call quality dropped.
Well, someone just dropped the quality. Boom. Well, I can't.
Merchant ahead. Well, maybe someone might assume that she's not a merchant. Also, something that I will almost always upvote is need humanity. This is Sparta!
You missed.
I know. Shut up. You're adopted.
I know. Honestly, I think I am.
And you're also... I was going for GLaDOS there.
You are adopted. No.
Look at her. She's not even fat. I'm not sure if she was defending you or just going after Wheatley.
Both.
I kind of feel bad for Wheatley.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally just doing what he was programmed for.
Yeah. It's not his fault that he has a sexy personality.
I was going for his idiocy.
He has a good personality, though.
You know that when you say, they have a great personality, you're calling them ugly, right? You're not actually
He's a spherical ball. Now that I say that, ball was really redundant. But he's a ball.
I mean in general. Great personality. You're calling them ugly. Ah. Alright. Run up here. Heal. Kill the dogs, which... Ah! No! Bad Capra Demon. Heal! It's funny because I meant heal in multiple ways.
Ah.
Because there's a dog there. Well, now there's a dog. It used to be 2 dogs. Ah! This is my boss of nightmares. This is probably my least favorite boss to fight that I fought. Ah! Maybe the reason that they give you those the merchant with the pine resin is because it's saying, hey, buy these and use them on the boss. Miyazaki works in mysterious ways.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember any off the top of my head, but sometimes this game has a really weird sense of humor. Like at one point when in Solaire's pseudo side quest, he gives the notion that, hey, maybe, what, are you attracted to me? Psh, as teasing you for constantly finding him. Like, one of the guys who does a lot of Dark Souls lore videos, Epic Name Bro, he was doing FAQ, and he was going to try and find evidence, and one of the questions was, is Solaire gay? No, he's suggesting that you are.
It also really depends on the gender of your character.
Well, yeah, and whoa! Things got really framey when I was looking at her. I always miss that! Get out of here. Archer, which is also a really weird cartoon that my dad watches a lot of.
My friend Shannon showed me it.
The comic book style one.
Yeah.
You know, you bandits are really bad at doing your job. Wait, no, these are thieves, not bandits, even though they have the bandit's knife. Bandits are the battle axe guys. Wow. 2 in 1 hit. Ah! No! No! Duh! I think I'm gonna go off screen and start farming souls.
Yeah.
So next time on Let's Play Dark Souls, we'll hopefully be able to actually kill the Capra Demon. See you guys then.
See ya.